really excited to talk to you all about our program. And I'm just really here to kind of expand upon why you should want to apply and what benefits you would get from acceptance into our program. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself and how I kind of found myself here, because, I mean, North Georgia seems like such a strange place, I think, to end up in California. So I began my college experience, as stated, at California State University, Fresno. I spent my first year taking 18 hours each semester and living in the residence hall. And I was an hour away from home, and I went home most weekends because my mother missed me. I didn't feel overly involved, despite the fact that I really did try. I was on the academic team there, in resident student life, and in a drama club. That was a campus with a lot of commuters. It was a big campus, actually. And the people I saw in my classroom were not the same people who lived on campus. So it was just kind of like a very big disconnect. I'm not trying to say I was alone or anything. I had a ton of friends. I had a big social life. But my academic experience was really divorced from my social experience. I made the decision to apply to North Georgia pretty much on a whim. My grandparents lived in the area, and my parents both attended North Georgia, actually. My grandfather was the dean of chemistry, or the head of the chemistry department and the registrar for a while. My mother was also very keen on me leaving California because she's been plotting for years to get back to Georgia. So this is incentive towards my father. Also, somewhat on a whim, I researched an honors program, and that's how I found it, and I applied. My acceptance process is a little bit simpler than what all of you will experience. I've served 2 years on the council that deals with acceptance, so I'm fairly well acquainted with the process. Transfer students can apply at any time and are generally reviewed at the student's bi-monthly meeting. But for all of you future freshmen, the process goes a bit more like this. The members of the council get a drive of around 150-ish applications. Each one includes an essay, 2 letters of recommendation, a whole host of information about the students, including GPA, SAT, ACT scores, hobbies, and extracurricular activities. It's a ton of information that we wade through to try and find out who's going to be the best fit for our program. We think about and examine your hobbies and outside involvement, and that'll say a lot about you, about who you'll be in our program. Obviously, GPA and SAT scores do matter. They're an excellent predictor of future college performance, but as a program, we are dynamic. The goal is to make our academic community grow and encourage you. If someone looks involved and like they're an interesting person, that can go a long way in making your application stand out. Please do not be afraid of letting your application be an expression of you. Please make us get to know you. Make us feel like our program needs to have you. If you're shy but have a pretty good wit, if you're a class clown and no one realizes you're smart, if you're the person that always has their hand ready to jump into a conversation like Hermione Granger, any personality type has value, so let us know who you are. Also a note, I know they teach you in AP Lang to use ethos, logos, and pathos when describing an author's intent. Remember that a lot of people who apply have also taken AP Lang. Be considerate to your essay readers. I found out I was accepted to the honors program in North Georgia, and I talked to my parents about the very real possibility of me transferring colleges. They hadn't known I had applied at the time, and what put them over the edge was this program. My parents agreed, and before I knew it, I was starting a new school. Again. Dr. Smith, the head of the program, he recommended some honors courses for me to take my first semester. He'll do the same for any of you that join our program, so it's not quite so confusing at first. You kind of get shepherded where you need to go. You basically take 1 class per semester, or you can do it faster, because it's 24 hours of honors classes to get the degree. I took British literature and an embedded history class, and they were a fantastic introduction to the differences between honor classes and non-honors. There's so much more conversation. The professor interacts on a higher level with the students, and while there is more information to deal with, it's dealt with in a small group setting that facilitates learning better than 40-plus students in one big room. The professor talks to you, he gets to know you. You're writing essays, you're discussing in class. It's a harder class, but it's taught and you learn more effectively. Another caveat, a lot of you might be worried that the strain of honors classes on top of your major classes might be too much. I've only gotten 1 B in any of my honors classes. The others have all been A's. It's very doable. I realized I also used the term embedded classes earlier. They're upper-level classes in your major that are mixed with non-honor students. Generally speaking, one is offered each semester in each major. Another way to get honors hours is through study abroad trips. We count any classes you take abroad as an honors class. We also offer small scholarships to honor students who go abroad, generally about $300, more or less depending on our budget or how many students want to study abroad. Besides taking 24 hours, the other requirements include writing a thesis, keeping your GPA above 3.2 minimum. The thesis project probably seems very intimidating, but our program is trying to encourage research and the benefits that come with it. If you've ever heard about a Fulbright or a Rhodes Scholar, then you know that getting those scholarships is directly in relation with having viable research to be expanded upon in a postgraduate world. A thesis project is one step on the road to achieving benefits after you leave North Georgia. Other academic opportunities include conferences. The honors program always attends GCHC, Georgia Collegiate Honors Conference. Last year I went and I presented a paper on Mongol Golden Horde and their influence in Russia, which probably seems really random, but it's what I like. Besides all the great academic benefits that come with the honors program, it's the social community that flows seamlessly into academic success. As a freshman, you have the opportunity to live in the honors hall and suites. It's a great way to build a community with your fellow freshmen. They pull like these epic study sessions in the day rooms and watch Lost for hours while they do it, so it's a lot of fun. And usually these are people who understand if you say you need to go to your room and study alone, and they'll support that decision. As a freshman, you also have access to our mentor-mentee program. You get an older student in our program, usually with a similar major, that'll show you the ropes around campus. Your honors classes will be frequented by familiar faces. The honors lab in Barnes is a good meeting place for friends, as well as a good place to get some work done, or some free printing. Seriously, I've saved probably $50. We have fun outings that include going whitewater rafting, something I've never done before, and I might not do it again. It was pretty scary, actually, but it's a lot of fun for other people. Shakespeare's Tavern, trips to the High Museum, or the CDC. The trips vary, but they're always a ton of fun and can expand your breadth of knowledge beyond the "this is my major" box that you sometimes get trapped in at college. My best friends are in this program. I met them in classes in the honors lab on outings. 4 of them are going to be bridesmaids in my upcoming wedding. It's an incredible special community of people who make me smile and laugh more times in a day than I could have hoped from a bunch of obsessive academics. The early registration, the free printing, the nice lab, those are all great. But the community I found at this college has meant more to me than words can express. We're all different in our interests, but our academic encouragement and opportunity that is combined with some great people has been the thing that's made this program worth it. Please consider applying. Maybe you'll find your home here like I did.